Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of the Untitled Premier League show. I am your host, Ulysses Lopez. And do you want to introduce yourself?
Yo, I'm Big Mo. Big Mo's is coming at you all the way from H Town, baby.
Yeah, H Town, all the
Well,
way to
Spring to be
yes.
precise.
We're technically in Spring,
Half hour
Texas.
away north
Yep,
there.
but
Houston's ghetto.
it really is. If
Pretty
you've never
bad.
been to Houston, it's pretty hood out here.
It's like Oakland, but on a little better, to be honest.
Yeah, but anyway, where we at doesn't really matter. All joking around aside, what the hell type of week we had for the Premier League?
Very interesting week.
Very interesting week. So first of all, let's get into our predictions that we did last week.
No, first off, how's your weekend?
It was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty shit. How about yours, Moises? How did your teams go?
I think the Giants got a sweep. Very good. I mean, we're back in the wild card race, so that's good. Tottenham.
No,
I
we're
know
gonna
I
get to
predicted
that.
a win, but
We're gonna
I'm
get
still
to
very
that.
proud of our team. We'll get into it later, but I'm very proud of what happened.
Yeah, so we're gonna actually do that right now. But first, we're gonna go to the games that we predicted on. So the first game, Aston Villa versus Everton. I have it pulled up here. Moises, you actually predicted a 1-1 draw, and I actually predicted Aston Villa would beat Everton 1-0. I was half right. So here's the point system that we're doing because there's confusion. So if you don't do a good pick, obviously you get no points. If you choose, if you have your team to win, but it's not exact, you get half a point. But if you do exactly what you said, you get a full point. So right now in this round, I have a half a point because I had Aston Villa beat Everton 2-1. That's a good win for Stevie G and his men to bounce back like that.
Yeah, like I said, I think I said a draw from what I remember. I think
Yeah,
it
you
could have been
did.
2-1. I could have seen 2-1 as well. So, didn't watch the game, saw the highlights. It was a good game.
Yeah,
from
it
what I saw.
was, and I'm really glad that Stevie G is getting his players rolling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
more
and
than Liverpool
Stato.
and United.
Uh, yeah, he's gonna do that all show. Just take shots, cheap shots at Liverpool, like his team has won something in the last 20 years.
Well, you haven't won anything to this year, and that's what matters, right?
Uh-huh.
Everything. What do you say? What
What?
did Shannon Sharp say?
What?
You have to update your
Yeah,
resume.
that's the thing of sports.
Your resume
Update.
isn't updating good right now.
Loading.
Loading.
Your hasn't been updated in
It's
20
loading.
years.
Well, it's good though. It's loading still.
Okay, boys.
All right,
Apparently, he could predict the future, ladies and gentlemen. Brighton versus Newcastle. God, we were both wrong. You chose Moises 2-1 Newcastle. I chose 3-1 Newcastle. God, what a boring ass game. 0-0. Jesus.
go. Oh, very surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, but I did hear that Newcastle are very interested in Pulisic. And I believe, going back to episode 1, I think we were talking about
Yeah, what team will
surprise.
Pulisic
I-
or like a dark horse for the Prem. You chose Newcastle.
I really feel Pulisic would do really well at Newcastle.
Yep.
I think that I know that what Newcastle have up top, it's okay, but adding Pulisic, that's legit.
It would take them over
that
over
would
the
put
top.
them in like 8th place, I think.
Yeah, they would definitely go up in the top tier. I agree with that. I think Pulisic, what we saw at the weekend in that Tottenham Chelsea game, he deserves more
he
minutes.
deserves. I don't know what he's doing at Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea obviously is a big club. I understand why
He should be the man
but
in the other club.
he likes London a lot, from what I read and what I see. But he should be the main man, in my opinion. Even if it's not at a club like Chelsea, go to Newcastle, go to Leeds, go somewhere like that. Prove yourself. To
Yes,
be honest,
that is very important. So 0-0 there. So we still got no point. Manchester City, you chose 3-1. I actually won that. I chose 4. You actually
4-0.
chose 3-0. I chose 4-0.
okay.
So I actually won that
I'll take
one.
half. I mean, that's
Yeah, you got half a point,
Bournemouth
but it
won-
doesn't really matter because
was it
City.
Bournemouth, whatever.
Yeah, it was Bournemouth and
Jesus
City.
Christ.
It was just a rout. I mean, City, they are dispatching teams left and right. Our
Yeah.
friend, our mutual friend, Salva, if you're watching, I'm sorry, brother, but Erling Haaland he believes Erling Haaland's just a flash in the pan.
No way.
He's just another tall dude. There's a million guys like him, but this guy is the real
Well, let me
deal.
just put this out there. Salva is a moron. That's one thing. Second off, Haaland over Nunez. So
Yeah,
far. So far.
yeah. People got blinded by the Community Shield. I'll be first to admit
That
it.
didn't that honestly
The
that didn't
Community
mean
Shield
anything.
don't mean jack.
Doesn't mean anything. Come on, guys. I mean,
Yeah,
people pundits will tell you, "Oh, it's a good way to start your season." Blah 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 blah. No, it didn't mean shit.
but that game on that city, it was just a rout. They could have been like 5-6-0, easy against Bournemouth. It was just a routine
Yeah, and
victory.
Haaland only had like 6 or 7 touches
He
in
had
that
eight
game.
touches,
Yeah,
and in those eight
he
touches, he
didn't.
did one
They didn't
assist.
need him. For
Yeah,
me, Haaland is just there for them to win Champions League.
yeah.
That to me, what he's there. They honestly to win the Prem, they didn't need him. So now they just add another dimension. So we will see Haaland. I think he'll score 30 goals in the Prem.
Yeah, he would
I
definitely. He's
think it'll
already
be
at
around there.
two.
Yeah.
2 goals. He already
So
has 2 goals.
averaging a goal a game already. So I mean, still a long season to go, but people overreacting, saying Haaland's nobody. English fans are way too reactionary, man.
They really are.
You all need to calm down, man.
You
Seriously.
cannot base everything on one game or 2 games or even 3 games. You have to go through the course of the season. That's what a lot of people don't understand.
Exactly. So y'all just need to calm down, play the weight game, Arsenal fans.
We're gonna get there.
Quit
We're
taking
gonna
a
get
wank.
there.
Calm down.
And speaking of calming down, this game didn't calm down. Actually, Southampton versus Leeds. Moises, you actually chose a Leeds win 2-1. I saw Southampton win 1-0. We were both wrong, but what a hell of a game! Southampton and Leeds 2-2 draw.
I think I was closer, but
Yeah.
yeah, no. I mean, both teams are, I would say, probably equal in the amount of talent they have. So a draw. I like Leeds. Obviously, they have American people, which I like, but hey, it's a draw is a good result.
Yeah,
4 points.
it was actually a pretty decent game. I saw bits and pieces of it here and there, and it was actually a really decent game. They had a lot of chances, both of them even more past the 2-2. But it was a really
I
good
think
game.
they could surprise some people this year.
Who,
I'm not
Leeds?
saying yeah. I honestly feel like they could get maybe a top 10 finish maybe, but we'll see. I mean, it's a long season. They're off to a good start. So
Yes, they are. And this game was boring as hell to me. Wolves and Fulham. Moises, you actually predicted Fulham would win 1-0. I actually predicted Wolves would beat Fulham 2-1. God, we were both wrong. 0-0 draw.
no, God.
It was
Come on, we're
it was
giving
a
too
pretty
much credit.
boring game.
We're
They were
giving too
very
much credit to
defensive.
these teams, to be honest.
Yeah, I expected a lot more, especially from Wolves. Especially last year they have the pace. They got Adama Traore back. They got all these guys that bring the pace, that bring fight. But
I think Raul Jimenez. I think the world of him.
yeah,
I'm
Fulham
not a bit.
basically parked the bus and just wanted a point.
Yeah, I think for them, 4 points straight out the gate is
That's
really,
a good season.
That's a good start to the season. So
Yeah.
yeah, better than Liverpool.
See, he's gonna do that all
And United.
day. So, one of the biggest games I actually saw the first half of this game at my new job. Arsenal versus Leicester. Moises, you predicted that Arsenal were gonna beat Leicester 2-0, so you got half a point. I didn't get none because I thought Leicester were gonna beat
No,
them 2-1.
yeah, I do remember seeing
But
Arsenal.
Arsenal defeats Leicester 4-2. And let me tell you something. Arsenal are looking very, very good. I know it's early in the season, but they're looking very good right now.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, obviously, I'm pretty biased. I'm gonna support Tottenham no matter what. You look at those people down the road. I mean, they're doing good. I think it's kind of like that new manager bounce that everyone kind of says. New manager comes in,
Yeah.
everybody's a little more reinvigorated. But Arsenal adding Gabriel Jesus, obviously he's doing really well. I think he has 3 or 4. I don't know, 2. How many goals? Is 2 goals already?
2 goals, yes.
Yeah,
He scored.
so-
He was actually going to en route to do a hat trick, a first half hat trick against Leicester.
Yeah, I mean he's
They were
obviously
doing
amazing.
they were doing amazing things between Martinelli and Partey and all those guys, especially Gabriel Jesus. They were
Yeah,
doing
no.
leak-up plays. It was amazing
They-
for
they're
them
big-
to watch.
They're beating the teams that they're supposed to beat. I think the big question for Arsenal, and I think they know it too, can they go to a top 6 team and win? And that's something that
Yep,
under,
that's still
and
needs
that's
to
something
be
under
decided.
Arteta that they haven't done. So until that happens, I still see Arsenal as a 5th place team so far.
Wow. Even with that hot start, they're one of they have a 100% win record. There's only 2 teams that have done
Yeah,
that.
it's
Arsenal
only 2 games.
and City.
It's only 2 games. I mean, that I did see Arsenal winning maybe they'll probably go on a streak. I think they'll probably go probably five. Maybe go five undefeated to
Yeah,
start out the Prem.
but it's
Um,
good start for them though.
I
Good
mean, I'm
start.
not gonna lie. I think they're doing well. You can still see some shakiness.
Oh yeah, and the defense, of course.
They
Yeah.
do have shakiness in their defense. That's just part of their DNA. But I still see them as a fifth place team. I
Yeah.
just think they need more, obviously more of a sample size, but they also need to be a big team.
Yes, they do. They need to be a huge
They
team, a
need to
top
be. Let's
six
say
team.
Tottenham got in top four last year because they beat City twice. The Liverpool didn't beat Tottenham at all. Chelsea obviously owns us. I'm not gonna lie. So that's why I'm so excited because we'll get to that game, but
Yes, but good.
that's one thing.
Congrats to Arsenal. I lost big because I thought the fairy dust was gonna end. That this is the Arsenal vote, but they're
No, they're
changing a
doing
lot of
well. They're
heads.
doing well. I'm not gonna say they're doing really well so far. It's just it's not about what's that saying? It's a marathon. It's not a
Yeah,
race or something like that.
yeah.
So still a
It's
long
not
way
a
to
hundred
go.
yard dash. It's a full marathon, and we gotta wait.
Arsenal fans can get all panty wet and shit like that. That's fine. I think right now we just gotta wait. The implosion. My brother says, my little brother, he's not here right now, but he says that Arsenal is that team. Once you lose one, you lose like five.
Yeah, because
So
their mentality is not as
they're
strong.
very mentality based. I've seen runs like this from Arsenal the past couple years. Um, it's just about the long game, and I think
Yep.
that whole spell in which they go down, it will happen at some point.
The game that I dread talking about. Brentford against United. Moises, you actually get another half point because you said Brentford would be United 2-1. I get
Yeah,
none
cool.
because I thought United were good enough to get a 2-2 draw. Moist, they got trounced
Of course,
4-0 in the first half.
I
How?
saw that game. I felt I wasn't. I'm not a United fan. I don't like their club, but man, that's embarrassing.
4-0 to Brentford. How the
That
fuck does that
that
happen?
to be honest, I think that one dude, what's his name, the Watford goalkeeper, the former Watford
Yep.
Ben Foster, whatever his name
Mhm.
is. He said that's the worst 45 minutes in United history.
It is. It was a mistake after mistake after mistake. It was from De Gea to Jimenez to Eriksson, and it was just unfathomable what happened. It was egregious. It was abominable.
Yep.
It was unlike any game I've ever seen. Yeah, especially a United. When you think of United, you think of trophies. You think of trebles. You think of Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs. You think of Ronaldo. You think of Rooney. You think of all these great players. And then what do you have now? Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire, Fred, Bruno Fernandes, teams that wouldn't even sniff the jock straps of those teams in that '08 and the '99 team. And don't get me started on the freaking culture of this club right now. A lot of people are saying, Moise, I don't know if you heard this, that they want the Glazers out, that they want the trainers
Yeah,
out.
that ain't
But
gonna
how
happen.
realistic is that?
Well, I did see a tweet before going on air. I was on Twitter, and Elon Musk. I'm pretty sure he was joking. He was saying, "I'll buy Manchester United," and I'm just like, "Good luck." I mean, right?
You
It's
can
gonna
have
take.
all the
You
money in
can
the
have all the money in
world.
the world. I do think that culture has a lot to do with it. United's culture is rotten to the core,
Yes.
and since Sir Alex Ferguson left, I mean, it has not been good for them,
No, and
and I think
we
it'll get
both
worse.
we both saw what Gary Neville did. Did you see all the marquee signings since 2013, the last time in 10 years that they've won the trophy? You see all the list of flops that were in there, all the list of people that are supposed to be the one, like the Memphis Depays, the Angel Di Marias, the
They're good
Alexis
players.
Sanchez's.
They were good players. It just didn't work at United, and wherever they went, obviously they did well. So I think United, honestly, I might shock you, but I do think they'll finish not 10th. I maybe
They might finish
bottom half this year. So I mean, people are selling relegation. I don't think that'll happen.
No,
Um,
I do see them. If they continue at this pace, they might even
they
finish
might go to
11,
like
12,
12th,
something like
13th.
that.
They might replace Newcastle, to be honest, from last year. So
And our friend
um,
Salva, he still has hope.
no, it's
He's one of the
maybe
many
Europa League.
fans that believe that if they get a win somewhere, that they'll keep getting wins. But no, and apparently Eric Den Tag was so pissed off and so upset. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna cancel your day off, and we're gonna run 10 more miles. I'm like, what
But
the fuck is
that's
it?
not going to
What
do
is that
anything.
gonna
It's
do?
not gonna, if anything, it's going to infuriate people like Ronaldo that legit don't want to be there anymore. People, maybe there's new signings, right, like Ericsson and all that, but they legit, it's not a good start for United, not a good look.
Imagine,
But it really is a culture thing, to be
it
honest.
is. They have to flip that entire culture right there. I say, I know this is impossible, but they have to get deep, get into the training staff, get into the sports analysis labs, go have the owners actually care about the club. But they don't care. The Glazers don't care. The sporting director. Speaking of sporting director, they don't even have one, and that's the main problem.
Well, I think it's you have to clean house, to be honest. But I mean, I've never been to a football club. I can only say as a fan perspective, it's much more deeper than what it seems on the pitch. So, like I said, I think it'll
And the
get
problem is
worse
you can't
before it
get
gets better.
rid of McGuire. That's 80 million down the hole.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there's gonna be people are gonna
You
have to
can't get
go.
rid of Jimenez. You just got him. You can't
No,
get rid of Erickson. You just got him. So
I
what?
think
You're stuck.
I think by next year, I think 6 or 7 people are gonna leave, which should have been done this
And you
year.
know what makes it worse? You remember Rabio, that Rabio deal? He doesn't want to come to United because
Yeah,
he thinks he's better than United.
and I think
Rabio, out of all people, PSG and Juventus reject Rabio, said he's better than United.
that's honestly it's just embarrassing as a United as a club right now. They're absolutely embarrassing. So, I mean, I personally I'm enjoying this, but
Yeah, he is.
if I were a United fan, man, I'd be embarrassed to turn on the TV
Yeah,
right now.
there's the hope is getting bleaker and bleaker for United fans. But
Yep.
that's how it is. That's how the cookie crumbles. So
Yep.
Brentford 4, Manchester United nil. So next game, Nottingham Forest versus West Ham.
Nottingham
Uh,
got it, I think, right?
yeah. So Moises actually, we both predicted West Ham were gonna win. You said 3-0. I
Hmm.
said 2-1. But Nottingham actually pulled off the
Yeah, I
upset.
think. Well, obviously, we watched the highlights of that game too. West Ham had a bunch of opportunities. It just wasn't their day. So I
But
mean,
Nottingham Forest, they pulled
West
off a
Ham,
win.
West Ham have players. I just think they have to go for that Conference League. They got to go all out for that. They need to win a trophy. Go for that Conference League. I mean, get a mid-table finish, obviously. But if they can go for that Conference League, I think that'll be a huge thing for them.
I'm just happy for Nottingham Forest. If they could just escape relegation, that'll be a huge
Yeah,
win.
if not, I don't think they will. I mean, it was their first game in the Prem ever. I think I want to say.
Yes. Oh,
So yeah, I mean, obviously it was a big day for them.
yeah.
So just kind of keep moving, West Ham.
So congratulations, Nottingham Forest. You guys are on the board. First win in your Premier League history. I mean, they obviously were in the top English top five, but it wasn't the Premier League.
No, I mean, yeah, obviously. So it was a big day for them. So you had to see. Obviously, you see the talent head to head. Your head says obviously West Ham, but didn't happen that day. Just kind of move on.
The game of the week: Chelsea versus Tottenham. Moises, you actually had Tottenham winning 3-0. I actually had
Well,
Tottenham 2-0, but what the hell type of a game did we
it
watch?
was game of the year so far. I think in any league, had everything. Obviously, me watching the first half
There
was
was a lot of
abysmal.
emotion spilling that day.
It was abysmal for Tottenham. I'm not gonna lie. It was we could not get out our own half. Um, Koulibaly scored a screamer. That was
Yeah.
very impressive.
Yeah, right for a corner kick. It reminded me of the Beckham Scholes connection that was hit in 2000. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Google. YouTube it. It is an amazing goal. It was the shades of that,
Yeah,
but nobody was man marking Koulibaly.
yeah. It's just it's just one of those things. You don't think a defender will do that, but obviously he's a pro
It was
ball.
a worldie
He's
then.
a pro baller, so we should have done a better job, for
Uh,
sure.
yeah, and this game was interesting in a lot of ways. The refs weren't calling really much anything, right?
I think Chelsea fans were up in arms. I think even to this day, listening to Talksport. I mean, obviously we don't get that out here on YouTube. Jason Cundy was saying he was still pissed about that game. And I mean, if from looking at it from the Chelsea point of view, I mean, you got to be upset
If
about
not
that.
even the Chelsea point of view, at a neutral point of view,
Yeah, I mean,
you would
you
be
want those
really
same
mad.
calls. You want those same calls, right? I think Tottenham were very fortunate. I'm not going to be biased. I am very happy about the result, even
Yeah.
though I did predict us to destroy them. I may have jumped the gun a little bit, but honestly, I just that would have been a game that if it were last year under Nuno or under Mourinho, we definitely lose that
Yeah,
game.
because you'll be mentally weak to go forward, at least get a draw.
No, yeah, our mentality has definitely changed under
So the
Conte.
first goal you guys gave was Hoiberg. That was just a
Um,
shot, right?
Tuchel, honestly, I've admired Tuchel for a while now, and his comments after the game were just upsetting for me. You have to
Because
look at it.
he said that both goals shouldn't have counted. That you guys
Yeah,
didn't
no, no, no.
deserve both
His
goals.
comments were upsetting for me, and honestly, it's just you got to look at it. You know what you got to play it out on the pitch. Hoiberg, he said that Richarlison was offside. You go back on it. No, he was not. Second goal, I mean, they're up in arms because obviously Romero grabbed Cucurella's hair.
Hair, and that should have been
But
called.
that's
It
the
should.
thing. That's a rule apparently in the Prem. That's not. It can be seen as both ways. It depends. You know, it's not like a solidified thing, right?
Wow.
So maybe they should probably change that. Obviously, if you're neutral, you say that's a foul. Obviously, they didn't call it. Without that, it would have been a free kick to Chelsea. Chelsea probably
The
wins,
the
right?
second goal of Chelsea, I do not know where the defenders went for Tottenham
I just think Tottenham they got caught
because
out.
they were all trying to encapsulate. They're all trying to circle
Yeah, they
Conte,
were.
but Conte did a pass
He's
to Sterling and then
exactly
to
and
Reece
Reece
James.
James, and that was the goal. That those kind of things happen. I'm not going to excuse our defense or anything. Those kinds of things happen. Obviously, at that point, I thought we lost the
But
game.
in the course of the game, we were watching most of the game. There were many chances for both teams. There was a Harry Kane shot that he could have just sank it
Oh
in.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I think if you were to look at it neutrally, Chelsea should have beat us. Maybe
They had chance
4 or
after
5.
chance after
But
chance.
that's where I said I think we caught them at a good time. I think they don't have a solidified team. They don't have a striker. Um, so we caught them at a good time.
See, look. Here are the stats. So shots on target. Chelsea had 16 shots on target. 16. You guys had 10. Basically everything else was the same, but those shots on target were 16 to 10.
Yeah,
They could have put the game away, but in those
they
clutch
could have,
moments,
should have, but they
they
didn't.
couldn't.
They just don't have a
And
striker.
but the second goal of Tottenham, that was an amazing goal.
That legit saved my weekend. Because honestly, it would have been super disappointing to have lost that game. We played bad, whatever, right?
But
to
that's
come
what
out with a
great
point,
teams do.
yeah,
Even if you
even if you
don't
play
play
bad,
bad, you still
still
get
come
something
back.
out of it.
and that's why I'm really excited to see what we do this year. So I think our mentality has changed. Ben Davies came out and said he'd run through a brick wall for Conte. And I think Conte has these teams really blended in together. They'll fight to the death for each other. And that's one thing as a Tottenham fan I haven't seen these past couple of years. I'm really excited. We didn't play well, I know. But it's the optimism that I really do have for this year. Tottenham haven't won there
So,
in a couple
so
of years.
let's talk about one thing. What happened with those fights? I mean, first of all, when did the first fight happen? Was it after
The
the
first
Koulibaly
no
goal?
no 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 no. I think it was frustration from Tuchel. I think it started with him. I think it started with the foul that Betancourt did on who's the I think it was Kai Havertz.
Yes, he was on the.
Yeah, it was on the ground.
pin.
And
And then Tuchel started telling Conte basically to shut up.
no, they started fighting because I know when Hoiberg scored, right? They were
Oh,
still up
he
in arms.
complained.
They were still up in
because
arms. He was talking to the fourth
about
official.
somebody about being offside.
Once Hoiberg scored, that's where the cameras pointed at Conte, and Conte was like, obviously, he was
Like,
trying to
hey,
big time him, right?
yeah.
And obviously, no one wants to get big time, right? Especially at home. So there was a little chirpiness already. Second goal of Chelsea.
And
That's
then
where Tuchel
was
busted.
running.
Pulled the
And
Mourinho.
yeah, and he pulled the Mourinho. He did the yeah. He ran all the way.
Yep.
That should have been a card. He should have been
I think he did get
ejected.
a card.
You
Yeah,
think he got a card for that? All right,
he did get a card for
because
that.
you cannot do that. No
Yep.
matter what you are, you cannot go to your opposition's
No, you can't do that.
box because that is seen as
No.
disrespectful.
Yeah, so I think Conte didn't see him. He posted on Instagram with some fun thing. He was like, if I could have saw you, I would have tripped your ass or something like that.
And then
That's
Conte, in the second goal, I liked what he did. He didn't celebrate. He just celebrated in his own half. He said, take this and shove it where the sun don't shine. And that's basically what he did. But after the game, it was weird because we even though it was feisty, you think tempers
No, I
flare
think-
and you think they were going to go for a regular handshake.
No,
but
they did.
They
It's just
did, but
grabbed him.
Tuchel didn't let it go.
Yeah, Tuchel grabbed him.
And they were just jaw jacking. The players have to get
Yeah.
inside. So I'm really excited for what Chelsea and Tottenham go into the next fixture, which is February. And if they get each other in the Champions League, I am very excited for that.
It'll be fireworks again. Like I said, we caught him at a good time. I think next time we see him, like you said, it'll be February. I think our teams will be a little more blended in, have a little more cohesion. But one thing I will criticize Conte is, he's starting the lineup from last year,
Yeah.
and I think we saw the first 45 minutes. That's just not going to cut it against
It
these
is
top
not
teams.
going to cut it.
So, obviously, once Richarlison came on, tactically he took off Sessegnon, and then he was playing. It kind of turned into like this more offensive shape. That opened up the game, and then adding Perisic, adding Yves Bissouma,
And
adding
Lucas
these type of
Moura as
players.
well.
Yeah,
as
Lucas Moura.
well.
So he was going for it. Like obviously he didn't want to lose the game.
Hey,
I didn't think he
Heung-min
knew he was
Son
going to
and
win
Harry
the game.
Kane didn't have their best game, and they
No,
still
but that's the thing.
contributed.
Because at some point or another, they're both going to get hot. And then what has that done us in the past? It's done nothing, right? So
Yep.
now that we have a squad, I'm really optimistic about this season. And honestly now I believe Conte really wants that league. Honestly. So it's all about beating these top, or actually no, I'll retract that. It's about beating these teams you're supposed to beat.
Yes. That's
you
what
do
happened
that-
last season for you guys. Because
Exactly.
you guys did well against the top 6 teams, but against the smaller teams, you guys folded.
So Southampton at home last year we lost. And then this year that was our first game. We
Yep.
won.
Yep.
Chelsea away last year we lost in the Prem. This year we took a point. That's already 4 points from last year. So I think to catch City for us is going to be a big ask.
Yes.
But
because
I
they are
firmly-
a monster right now. They are
I
a
firmly
monster.
believe that Conte, he knows that there's a gap, but I do think he sees an opportunity to maybe get in that league race, or maybe not even that. Maybe go for the European Cup or something like that,
Yeah, at
So-
least to show something for this season. Because
Yeah.
if he can't get anything in season, he's gone. Harry Kane gone.
We have to do
Son-
something.
Heung-min Son is gone.
This year's make it or break it. If we do something, Conte stays. I believe he'll be like a Klopp or a Pep. If we don't win anything, he's gone. So this year is legit make it or break it for Tottenham.
But good
Hotspur.
showing for Tottenham. They did not fold. Congrats to them.
Oh yeah, I'm very proud of that. It was
Yeah.
a game we should not. I totally agree. We shouldn't have won that game, but to get out a point from there was huge,
Yep.
especially for the mentality of the team.
Yeah, so
And-
congrats to them. But the next, holy crap, I am gonna go in the tirade for this shit. Liverpool and Crystal Palace.
Well, you gotta hurry up. I got a grocery shop, so let's make this quick.
What you mean? I'm going on a full rant. I don't care. You said
Sorry.
last week Liverpool were gonna win Crystal Palace. What would you say? But you had a gut feeling that something was gonna happen.
I forgot what I said. Honestly, I don't remember what I said 10 minutes ago. So
No, you said that they might have tied.
did I say that they're gonna tie?
Yeah, you said, but you said they had a better chance to win, but you said that you had a gut feeling that Liverpool were gonna tie.
Oh, oh wow. I have good
Yeah,
intuition.
but you said Liverpool were gonna beat Crystal 3-1. My dumbass said 4-0. The game ended 1-1.
Oh my gosh.
Holy shit! What
we
a
were
game.
thinking probably Liverpool in March or something. No, this Liverpool is completely different from what they were last year.
Yeah, so it's not a bad squad because they have world class players there. It's just the cohesion. There's a lot of new. You saw it. Their shape, their form. There's a lot of new players. Darwin Nunez, that kid is a good kid. He's a good player, but not mentally.
He was a bad boy.
He was a bad boy. They punked him out. Those Crystal Palace defenders punked him out. They
Yep.
got into his head, and he headbutted one of them.
That was welcome.
Anderson.
That was
He
welcome to the Premier
headbutted
League.
him.
It was a welcome to the Premier League moment. So, oh, man.
Brother Darwin, this ain't Portugal. This ain't any other league. This is the Prem. This is where the big boys play. If you want to do something, prove it on the pitch. Don't get dumb calls and expect everything to be forgetting. Because what do you think Klopp did after? He laid into him.
Well, I honestly, but what did you expect? I mean, losing Mané, and I said it in our first episode, that was a big deal. And I think the arrogance of Liverpool Football Club to just say, oh, we have these two amazing talents, Salah and Mane. We can just pick and choose and we'll be fine.
No, they didn't pick and choose, Moises.
That's how, as
No,
fans,
so-
that's how,
No, so
as a
what
neutral
happened was
or neutral, that's how I saw it.
Mane was didn't wanted to leave Liverpool even 2 years ago, 3 years ago because him and
but
Klopp.
why is that, though?
Because him and Klopp were clashing heads behind the scenes.
But that's the thing, though. You got to look at it. There's something a little more deeper in that. Maybe Mane wasn't getting paid as much as these big names.
No,
in the
it
Premier
wasn't.
League,
It
too.
wasn't. It wasn't a problem of money. It was a problem of Jurgen Klopp preferring Mo Salah over him.
But that's an issue.
Yeah, I know.
That really is an issue.
And ever since then, Sadio wanted to leave. You could see in his body language last year, even when they won.
I thought he was going to Madrid. Like
No,
2 years
even
ago.
when they won, he didn't celebrate. He didn't want to do anything, and we already knew. All Liverpool fans knew that something was up.
Yeah.
I talked to some Liverpool fans. They said that the move to Bayern Munich was not shocking, but the thing is, there's always been bust ups in history. There's always been like when Sir Alex Ferguson got away from David Beckham. He threw a boot at him, and he said that we don't need you. What happened? There was a rebuild here, even for the great Sir Alex Ferguson. Just remember, in the history books, they won a Prem in 2003. After David Beckham left, they didn't win a Prem until 2007. It took him 4 years to go back there.
Yeah. So I mean, Darwin, I think he'll be a good
He's
player.
a great player. He just needs to be. He needs to
needs
play
to
with
learn.
emotion, but
No.
not be emotional.
He needs to learn. I think this is a good learning
But I
experience.
cannot give. I cannot discount Crystal Palace. They had an excellent Wilfried Zaha, that young man.
He should be at a bigger club.
He
to
should be
honest.
at a bigger club. You know why? Because Roy Hodgson, the owl guy, the guy who looks like an owl.
The old guy.
Yeah, he did not want to let him go. He was asking for insurmountable amounts of money for different clubs.
Yep.
But now I'm thinking about, like, man, this guy could be worth it. Because the first goal that Wilfried Zaha, he split the defense, and then boom, goal. He had 2 or 3 main chances to put the game away.
If Harry Kane were to ever leave Tottenham, and it really depends this year for us, I think Zaha would fit perfectly for Tottenham.
Yeah, very perfect.
I think he'll be.
counterattacking
I
team.
think he'll be perfect for Tottenham.
And
But-
one other thing, that Luis Diaz goal, that was an amazing
What a goal! What a goal!
It
What a
was
talent.
a piece of individual brilliance.
Yep.
I could not believe that he did that.
What a goal!
What he had, like 5-6
He
defenders
took their
around
whole
him,
defense or midfield, whatever it was, but he took them all.
and
he
he,
made
and
him
he
look
salvaged the point for us.
bad. Yeah, he made them look all bad.
And I thought when Darwin Nunez got out, it was 1-0. I thought it was over. I thought I was going to eat crow, but at least we got out of Anfield with 1 point. But that does lead us to a disadvantaged situation because, look, here's the table. City 1, Arsenal 2, Brentford are 3rd.
Yeah,
Brentford
Brentford
are
doing
third.
good. Brentford doing good.
Your team, Tottenham are 4th. Newcastle are 5th. Leeds 6th. Chelsea 7th. Brighton 8th. Aston Villa 9th. Forest 10th. Bournemouth 11th. Liverpool are 12th.
That's bad.
Fulham are 13th. Wolves 14th. 15th are Leicester. 16th Crystal Palace. 17th Southampton, 18th Everton, 19th West Ham, and 20th Manchester United. Manchester United at the bottom of the table.
They're in the mud, literally in the mud.
Oh, and before I continue, Trent This is for you, buddy. What the fuck are you doing? That is abysmal defending,
I've been
and
saying
that
it for
is
years.
abysmal crossing the box. What do teams do when they're desperate? They cross the
Just cross
box
the
and hope
box.
for the best.
Well, I don't think
Dude,
he's a
people are
defender.
zooming past Trent. That first goal, Wilfred Zaha, I give him all the credit. But there was a wide open gap on the left side of him. Why? Because Trent didn't track back.
Liverpool has, despite Alexander Arnold, he is not a defender. He's a good player. I just don't think he's a
He's
defender.
like a midfielder playing right back.
Exactly. So they've won in spite of him. So this year, I think
Everybody's gonna attack
it's
that side.
everyone's gonna go for that side. So if I'm Liverpool, I'm starting to see maybe this won't work out. Maybe. So honestly, I prefer Liverpool and United to be in the bottom or not near Tottenham. But man, if I'm a supporter of one of those teams, this whenever they're playing Monday or what you
Yeah,
say,
we'll get to there. And
but Liverpool, honestly, I don't like your club either. It's just it's embarrassing. You should have won both of those games. So they have to go back
Jurgen,
to the drawing
knowing
board.
Jurgen the way that I do, especially after the bad start, because for a team with the caliber of you might not like Liverpool, but you understand
I
that they're a
respect.
big team.
I
They're a
respect what they've
big
done.
club in the world.
I don't like them, but I respect what they've done. So it's honestly they should not lose to Fulham.
No, they
They-
didn't lose. It felt like a loss, but they tied
no.
to
But
Fulham,
I mean, that's what I meant. They
and
should
they
not.
tied to Chris. It felt like losses.
You should not, because now City's already 4 points ahead of you.
And
That's a game already.
yeah, that is a
More
game.
than a game. So
And I don't see
Yeah.
City losing anytime soon.
I honestly, bold prediction: City don't. I hope I don't jinx it because I like City. City don't lose until after the World Cup.
Oh wow! I thought you were gonna say they're gonna go invincible.
No, I don't see them losing until after the World Cup.
But I do. I have a feeling they might go invincible.
Yeah,
Imagine that.
Yeah,
City
they have the
go
squad to do it.
invincible and win the quadruple.
they have the
They
team to do
would
it.
legitly be the best team in history.
I hope that doesn't happen, but they have the team to do it.
So speaking of that, we're just gonna go right into it. August 20th, 6:30 a.m. local time. Your team Tottenham will face Wolves. What is your prediction?
This is another game, and I feel like whoever decided to do the schedule, was just like these are Tottenham games that they lost last year, so let's put them first. So they're trying to sabotage us.
Oh, you see that FA saying you're trying
Yeah,
to
you're trying to sabotage us.
Tottenham.
So last year, I think Wolves got us 2-0.
Yes.
Let's do the reverse of that. Tottenham 2-0.
Tottenham winning 2-0.
2-0 Tottenham.
All right, I will have to agree, but I'm going 1-0 Tottenham.
That would be
1-0.
good.
That's not a complete fall off because Wolves, even though they drew, you know how bad they are. You know, I mean, not
Yeah,
bad, not bad
They're
like
not
in a
bad
bad
like
way,
that,
but you know how badass I should say they are, especially in the defensive end. They
Yeah.
love to counterattack, and
Yep.
that has been your kryptonite lately.
yeah, and obviously I think that's our game. It'll be a kind of a stalemate. I do think we'll get a couple balls, that'll result in some goals.
You have to get those like that.
Yeah. So I see a Tottenham win Saturday.
Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. Crystal Palace is riding a huge wave of momentum. Even though they drew, they looked really good, and against a team who also have momentum in Aston Villa.
3-2 Crystal Palace.
Really?
Yeah, I like what they're doing. I really do. I like the way they play. I think against Arsenal, they had a bunch of chances too.
They could have won that.
They
game
could have won
too.
that game if they would have that Eze guy, whatever. If they had a better player than him, yeah, they would have won that game.
So I will actually go for a Villa win. I will
Okay.
go 2-1.
Yeah, that could happen too. But I honestly see Crystal winning that game.
All right. Fulham against Brentford. Who you got?
2-1 Brentford.
2-1 Brentford.
Yeah, we'll do these quick.
Brentford is flying high though. Brentford are looking really.
I
good
won't
right
say
now.
too much. I feel like I've talked so much, so I'll just say scores. When we get to the United one, I'll probably say
Oh my.
I'll give my 2 cents on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. You're saving yourself for that one. For me,
Yep.
Brentford are riding high. I feel like they will go win 2-0.
Could happen.
Yeah, they will win. crap.
Let me have some Arsenal tears from last year.
But they haven't lost yet. You're trying to have Arsenal teams, but they
From
haven't
last year,
lost.
from last year.
Oh, from last year, that doesn't
Yeah,
count.
from last year. So far.
All right. Leicester against Southampton.
I heard you're United trying to get Vardy if Ronaldo leaves.
Holy shit.
They're in a state of panic.
I know they are.
Uh, you say what? Leicester against who? Southampton.
Southampton.
1-1 draw.
1-1 draw.
Yep.
Leicester win. They will win 2-1.
Okay.
Okay. Everton versus Nottingham Forest
Where are they playing?
at Goodison.
I think Everton get their first points. 1-0 Everton.
1-0 Everton. I will go for a 0-0 draw.
Yeah. That could happen too. I mean, Everton's pretty trash, so.
Yeah. I feel like they're not going to want to give up anything.
Yep.
Bournemouth against Arsenal.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Why can't they get City already? There's 4-0 Arsenal.
4-0 Arsenal. You hear that, Arsenal fans?
4-0
He's
Arsenal.
giving you 4 goals past Bournemouth.
3 hat trick by Jesus. And
Yeah.
another one for someone else.
Martinelli.
More than likely. So,
Yeah, so Arsenal, they are going to win, but they are going to win for me 3-1.
but low key going for Bournemouth. So Bournemouth, please, but realistically, no, that won't happen.
West Ham against Brighton.
Oh, very interesting game. You said Brighton tied last week, right?
Yes, they did.
So 0-0, so they're at 4 points.
Yep.
And then West Ham, they have 1 or they're at 0 points too, right? Because they lost to City, so they're at 0 points too,
Yep,
right?
they're at 0 points.
West Ham win
How much?
2-1.
2-1 West Ham win. Bounce back. I will make this
Yeah.
because I like West Ham. They are my dark horse pick. They are going to win 1-0.
Okay.
Okay. Leeds against Chelsea. Say it, the puercos. Chelsea are
Those
puercos.
puercos Chelsea, bro. Though I hate that team.
Yeah.
I hate Arsenal more, but I hate Chelsea too.
What you got?
Trying
Go
to
for
think
the
with-
upset.
I
Go
no.
for the upset.
I mean, honestly, I gotta gain some points.
Go for the upset, bro.
2-2 draw.
Woo! You hear that? 2-2 draw.
The Americans will score.
I actually will go with a Chelsea, but it is going to be a 2-0 win for Chelsea.
Well, no. Hopefully not.
All right. Oh, this ain't even. Newcastle against Manchester City.
Well, I mean, I would. Where are they playing? At the Etihad?
At St.
Newcastle?
James Park.
Oof. Depends what they do. If they get Pulisic, I mean,
But it's City.
that's a very steep thing.
But it's City, man.
2-0.
2-0
City.
City.
Haaland, 2 goals.
City are gonna womp the hell out of Newcastle. I mean, come on. I
5-0?
think it's gonna be 3-0. No, actually, I'll give Newcastle 1. 3-1 Newcastle. I mean 1-3 City.
Newcastle. I was about
My
to say.
bad. My bad. So
Like,
City
a
will
leap of
win
faith.
3-1.
Yep.
And then the game of the week, Monday.
Relegation battle.
It's not relegation. Manchester United versus Liverpool at Old Trafford. Who you got, Moises?
Both teams have gone off. Well, obviously, United have the worst out of
They're
both
on
teams.
bottom of the table.
Yeah, I mean they're the worst. So,
He's gonna say some bullshit like a draw or something.
that would be funny to be honest. I need points, so I'll go Liverpool.
How much?
4-0.
4-0. He's
Yep.
going for the same score that they did at Anfield.
I don't
Wow.
say 5 because they don't have Mane, so I'll keep it at 4.
I will be because these are the teams I love the most. I never watch these games because it's painful either way. So for me, Liverpool are going to take it easy. They're going to win.
Take it easy.
Yeah, they're going to win 2-0. They're going to win 2-0
Okay.
against Man U. And then you remember the
Then
meme?
Ten Hag gets fired
No,
after
you know
Sunday.
the meme when the dog is in the house and they say everything's fine? That's going to be Ten Hag's face.
Ten Hag gets fired after Sunday.
Imagine that.
No,
Only
honestly,
3 games in, and he gets
you
sacked.
know what? Bold prediction. If United are in relegation in the top or the bottom 3 by the World Cup, he's gone.
Oh yeah, of course. I could tell you
No,
that.
he's gone. He for sure. Like, there's no way. There's like they might as well put in Sam Allardyce till the rest of the season.
To
Big
save the
Sam,
rest of the season.
Big Sam. You're headed towards Big Sam right now. So I would love to see that happen.
Yeah,
I'd love to see
man,
it.
that would be horrendous.
But like I
Man.
said, I don't see it how. I think I hate United, but I honestly think they'll finish bottom half. It won't be
Yes.
relegation, but maybe bottom half now.
Yeah, so that's pretty much
Oh,
it.
wait, one more question.
What?
Where do you see United's win? If you
You mean
pull up their
when?
schedule, where do you see United's first
I could
win
do that
coming?
right now. And fixtures. It's okay, so they play obviously Liverpool. They're probably going to lose that one.
Yeah.
Even as bad as Liverpool are playing, they could still whoop United.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They know their role
Yeah.
for sure, and they
Uh
won't have Nunez, so they won't have to worry about that. They have
yeah.
Firmino,
Yeah.
right?
And that's going to be a rout.
Oh yeah. That's. But that's why I said 4-0.
They have Southampton after. They have Leicester September 1st. The 4th they have Arsenal.
September 4th.
September 4th they have Arsenal.
Ooh, that's coming up.
And then September 11th Crystal Palace. The 18th they have Leeds. October 2nd they have City.
You might beat Southampton, and then
They might lose to Leicester. They're going to lose to Arsenal.
you could beat Leicester. I mean, Leicester aren't that
I,
great. So out of all those, for the first,
I
let's
think they
say,
could beat Southampton. They could beat Leeds.
I wouldn't. I like Leeds a lot.
They're not going to
I
beat
like
Crystal.
Leeds a
They're
lot.
definitely not going to beat Arsenal. They're not going to beat Crystal Palace. They're definitely not going to beat City.
Well, I mean,
And then
where's that game at though?
after City, it's Everton, Newcastle, Tottenham, and Chelsea.
But where's that game at with Arsenal? Is it at the
No, it's at Old
Emirates?
Trafford
You could win that game.
against Arsenal.
Yeah, you could win that game because they can't win there. And we just saw that. Maybe get a draw, but we just saw that Tottenham. Tottenham monkeyed over that thing against Chelsea. Could be the same with Arsenal. They
Man,
could
you're giving Man U a lot of credit. You just don't like Arsenal that
honestly,
much. Yeah.
yeah.
No,
But
yeah, it's because you want Arsenal to choke.
when there's big six that aren't Tottenham, the best hope I can do is a tie. But yeah, I mean, between United and Arsenal, when they face head to head, I'd rather see United.
Yeah,
Win.
and then that October schedule, they're facing 3 Big Six: City, Tottenham, and Chelsea. They have Tottenham and Chelsea back-to-back weeks.
Do you think if Ten Hag loses the first 10 games, he's out?
Oh, after the first 5 games, he's gone.
Oh, Salva just said lost to Liverpool like a bunch of losers.
Who?
I don't
Who?
know. I don't know
Who
who he's
lost it?
referring to.
Whoa. Oh, our friend
Tottenham haven't lost to. They didn't lose to Liverpool last year, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Wait, what? What? That's our friend Salva. He's one of the
He
guys.
he's the United guy that feels that United are gonna win the Prem this year still. Yeah, he's stupid. So we'll see. But yeah, I honestly, you could lose all those games, but you can win some. It's just
Yeah.
honestly though, Ronaldo has to leave.
Yeah, he's gonna leave this month.
He has to go. Bayern better be
So that's
getting
pretty
that
much it
welcome ready.
for the unbiased Premier League show. When does the Champions League start?
Next week I think there was a game today. I think there was a
A playoff.
playoff game today. So yeah, very much. I think we should do a live reaction to that. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be sweet because we right now we got the yeah, man. I'm really excited for this season's Champions League. It's gonna be
Gonna
freaking
be
dope.
very, very, especially seeing Tottenham in it. I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, man. To be honest.
Yeah, man. So we're that's pretty much it. Once I want to do a reaction when the teams draw in the Champions League, who they get. So that'll be really good.
That and then the World Cup too. I think we should start. We should definitely look into doing some
Yeah, but
for
the
the big
like the
games.
week or
Not
two before the World Cup, which starts in October, right?
no November.
Oh, November.
Yeah, Thanksgiving for us in the U.S.
Oh, it starts on Thanksgiving.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, did not know that.
Or I think the week before, because I know the U.S. is facing England.
Oh yeah,
Thanksgiving or
so
Black
this is the
Friday.
first game. November 20th, Qatar versus Ecuador.
Yeah. So that's
So
the week before Thanksgiving.
yeah, and then
Uh,
it will last until wow. It will last until the
oh, that's right. Let me go open the door for him.
all
You
right.
can just
Yeah,
break
wait,
down.
hold up. So that's pretty much it. We are cutting it off now. Thank you all you guys for watching and have yourself a great day.
See ya.